Hello everyone, I'm Richard Ortuso and this is my teacher interview. The teacher I interviewed was Miss Falcone, who is a 6th grade teacher at her school. First, I started off with some survey questions. I asked Miss Falcone on a scale of 1 to 5, indicate the degree you feel technology leads to academic gains. Miss Falcone responded with 4, which is leads to good academic gains, meaning that technology to the students does indeed lead to good academic gains. The second survey question I asked was, do you actively teach children to use technology, or do you expect them to pick it up as they go along? She responded with 2, which was pick it up on their own. This means she does not teach the students directly how to use technology, but students these days can pick up technology on their own very easily because that is the generation that we're in. I then asked, explain why, how you actively teach children to use technology. Ms. Falcone believes that the 21st century student is very technologically inclined. She then told me the math classes at her school use laptops almost every day in the classroom, and the students know exactly what they're doing. She even said that sometimes the students need to help the teacher with technology in the classroom, which they love to do. And this is interesting because you would expect the teacher to have more knowledge with the student, but like I said before, today's generation of students are very technologically inclined, meaning that they may know more about technology than the teacher teaching them knows. And this is very good because not only is the student learning, but they're also having experience in teaching as well. I then asked Ms. Falcone another survey question. I asked, to what extent do your students experience cyberbullying? And she said 4, which is frequently. Now this is no surprise because we hear it all the time in the news, how students are cyberbullying and how it's a big thing. And sadly, it's true in schools that cyberbullying is frequent. I then just asked her to open up about cyberbullying. She said that she's fairly new to her school district, but to her understanding, cyberbullying is present. And unfortunately, she said, this is one type of bullying teachers and administrators do not see often because they're not friends with their students on social media sites. So, since they're not friends with them or seeing what they're doing online, they really have no way of finding out unless they hear something in the school during the class or in the hallways. And if they do hear anything, they must report it to the administration so it can be straightened out. Ms. Falcone believes cyberbullying is the most dangerous type of bullying because they do not see it the way that they see bullying in the hallways or the classroom or the schoolyard. Really, teachers have no way of seeing cyberbullying, so they can't really step in as like they could if they see bullying going on in the hallways or the schoolyard. I then asked, which technologies do you regularly use when teaching in your classroom? Ms. Falcone uses computers and projector to show directions for activities. She uses a lot of visuals for the students because she believes that it makes it easier for them to learn and understand the material. During reading, the students are allowed to listen to iPods on iTunes, and they're allowed to use speakers to listen while they're reading. This makes it easier for the students to read, gives them a home feel, and it just improves the atmosphere of the classroom. Ms. Falcone said that the district does not have electric whiteboards or digital cameras like some schools would have. And finally, I asked, what software do you feel is most valuable to your teaching? And she replied with My Access. This software allows students to research, do work, and save their work effectively.